Welcome to the Disagreeable Nerd podcast, a podcast where nerds from various ages and backgrounds get together to discuss movies, TV, books, and anything else that pops into their small, simple minds. Now sit back, relax, and let their ignorance wash over you.
And welcome back to another episode of Disagreeable Nerd. This is your titular Disagreeable Nerd. I'm Gabi. With me today also is
Sade,
Bubble Guts, and also
Deej, Meister Flex.
Deej Meister Flex. Nice to be back with you. It's been a while.
What? Sorry, that was really weird. Yeah, it's good to see you guys, your faces.
Almost,
even though I
2
saw
weeks?
them 2 weeks ago. Wait, no, a week ago.
It's been a few weeks. Well, I mean, we've been around each other. We just don't record every conversation we have.
That's right.
That's what happens when you don't. We should just record every conversation.
You know what's hard is we are a small community or a small. We're like a small business in a way, but because we have to do everything by ourselves, so it takes longer to get stuff done and published, in my opinion.
Oh, you're talking about the podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
This whole time, yes, I've been talking about the podcast.
Yes, I
Some of her phlebotomy business.
I have to hook everything up. I have to record it. I have to publish it. Me.
Well, sometimes I do edit.
You've edited 2 out of 100.
No. I've edited more than that.
How many?
I've edited like 10.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
most
Yes,
certainly have
yes,
not.
yes, I have.
Most
yes, I have. Do you not
certainly
remember
you
those
have
other
not.
times? Hey, guess who
Most
hasn't edited?
certainly.
Deej hasn't edited. That's who hasn't edited.
Teach me how to edit and I'll edit.
Yeah, Gobs. It's not
Teach
hard.
me how to edit. Teach me how to edit.
He doesn't want to take
Teach
the
me how
time to do
edit.
it.
Teach me how to edit. All right.
So
well,
next time he
enough chit
complains-
chat. Let's get down to business because we don't have time for all this. We got to get this pushed out because we are
Like a
recording
turd?
on a push it out like a turd. Yes. Thank you for that visual imagery.
I just wanted to make sure
Mental imagery.
the emphasis
mental
was there,
imagery, not
Okay.
visual. I don't need a visual
Why not?
because I have the mental. That's all I need.
Okay.
We're recording this Wednesday, July 7th, 2021.
Can you
We have
believe
seen
that?
The Tomorrow War. We have seen many other movies since then, but we're going to discuss The Tomorrow War today. And this Friday comes out. You know what I have not freaking seen?
What?
Fast and Furious.
F9.
Oh, gosh.
My favorite franchise. I didn't even realize it had come out.
You know when
This pandemic has ruined everything.
You know what's your favorite when you say F9 and not Fast and Furious 9? Because I would call
I
it
think
Fast
it's
and
literally
Furious.
called F9. Like,
Oh.
that's the name of the movie.
Oh, okay. Well,
Those that, if you're part of the family, you know.
well, yeah, if you're part of the family, which I don't
the
feel like I
family.
am,
Well,
but
you're not. Because you don't like them.
I will watch it, though,
Why?
so I can podcast
You're not
about
family.
it. I've seen
You
them
know what?
all.
You've been kicked out.
I've seen them all, so I have to watch them.
You've seen every one of them.
Yes.
Really?
I literally said when I was a kid, we used to go watch them in theaters, and I didn't like to do that, but we did, so... And then,
Well, if you don't like them, why watch them?
no, they're not like, I don't hate them. It's just not like my style of show or movie, but I watch them because, for one, you like them and we can podcast about them, and DJ likes them, right, DJ?
That's
You
right.
like them?
So anything that we can do, make into a podcast, we do it.
I mean, you watch stuff you don't like and you record and podcast about it and trash
That's
it.
true. Speaking of, why butts? What have you been up to?
Yeah, speaking of why butts, Char and I have been watching the Fast and Furious movies in
There you
chronological order.
See, DJ's family.
Wow.
Char had never seen the first movie.
Now, when you say chronological order, are you talking about in the order of publishing or in order of...
No, in order of
Canon.
actual canon.
Oh, okay.
So we watched 1, and then we watched 2, and then there's actually like some short movies that are like on DVDs in between that we didn't watch because we don't have DVDs.
Don't forget about the Netflix
You don't have
animation.
a DVD player? What?
Yeah, I'm not going to watch Netflix animated Fast and Furious.
The
Pass
cartoon
on that.
Netflix of Little Bob.
That sounds terrible.
It is. It's pretty terrible.
And then Fast and Furious. And then Fast 5, I think we watched. And then I think after that's Tokyo Drift, which is next, I believe. Actually, Fast 5 we haven't
no,
seen.
because 7 is when Han. No, I don't know. I'm
Oh my
confused.
gosh. And I thought you were part of this family.
I leave
The canon is confusing because it's 4, 5, and 6. Because 6 is when Han's girlfriend dies.
All right.
Wonder Woman.
It's 1. Then there's a turbocharged prelude, which is before 2. Then it's Too Fast, Too Furious. Then it's another little Los Bandoleros, which comes before Fast and Furious. Then it's Fast 5. And then Fast and Furious 6. So I guess that's... I think we still got to watch Fast
Yeah,
5.
because 6 is when Wonder Woman dies.
Yes.
What's her name in the movie?
You have to watch Fast 5.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then it's 6, and then it's Tokyo Drift. and
Dang,
then
I wish
7.
you would have got me in on this because I'd love to rewatch them with you.
Oh, well, you can start now.
I'm inviting myself over to your
He said
house.
you
When are
can
you watching the
start
next
now.
one?
He didn't say you can come over. He just said start.
Don't know.
Well, before you and your wife have a night of movies, scooch over because Gobs is coming over.
Okay. So you will join us for Fast 5.
Ooh, that's a good one to join on.
Hey, so
That's what some say. Most people say that's the best one. I disagree. But
I have a
Fast
question.
Five?
If this is like going to be like a marathon for Fast and Furious,
what's a marathon?
A marathon is when you
No. I mean, what are you talking about? If what's going to be a marathon for Fast and Furious?
if you're going to go over their house and watch it with them, is this more like a franchise family type thing, or like I can also join? Even though I'm not
so now you're interested?
No, I'd love doing crap like that. I'd do it. I'll do it, even though I may not like
All right,
it.
scooch over 2 times,
Can I
because
please
me
have
and
a
Sade are coming over.
Spot on the couch.
Yeah, of course.
But you can't sit on the family couch. You're over there on the futon.
Oh, that's fine. That's totally
Futon.
fine.
You're on the futon in our garage.
I accept that.
What else you been up to, Deej?
Other than that, not too much.
What did you do last
Too
weekend?
much. Last weekend?
Yeah.
I was at y'all's house.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
We went swimming.
In our baby pool.
We got the pool. We got the pool. I don't know. I've lost track of when we discussed the pool and what podcast we discussed the pool. But
it was last podcast because we were talking about how we
Yeah. How you were getting the pool.
unless
I think that's a podcast that didn't publish.
you. Okay.
But anyway, so
Well, it
the
doesn't matter.
pool that got lost on Walmart.com and the people lied about
We
not
got
getting
sucked.
it and FedEx delivered it to the wrong place because a third party that Walmart uses to send is a bunch of crap. Well, Walmart did give me my money back. And then I just went on Amazon and had a pool 2 days later. That's why Jeff Bezos is the second richest man in the world, because his company delivers and he runs those people into the ground so that they will make it here to my house in 2 days, no matter what happens to that employee.
Hey, Gabi, who's the first richest person?
Elon Musk. You know who that is?
Really?
So, I feel like I read about it. I can't remember now.
He's the owner of
Tesla.
Tesla.
Oh, that's right. I did read.
Almost said Tulsa.
I did read
Tulsa,
that.
Oklahoma. He owns
Yes,
Tulsa.
that's
He's
right.
the mayor of Tulsa.
Gotcha.
Also, SpaceX.
Yeah, I think what really, like last year, alone, he shot from like third or fourth. I'm speaking of my butt, but he was way down the list of billionaires. He was still a billionaire, but during the pandemic, he shot up like almost double his billions.
I mean, how do you do that?
I was trying to think. I don't know.
Business.
I think it was his SpaceX stuff that kind of boosted him up there. I'm not sure.
He's
but
trying to get like commercial space. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to get people into space just that aren't astronauts, just to do it.
Ah.
So he's got like his own rockets and all kinds of stuff that they're launching and testing and all this. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
yeah, he
And
shot
like
this
lives
is
in Houston.
Tulsa, the
So he's, like,
guy that
right by
owns Tulsa.
he's the mayor of Tulsa.
Sorry, I just wanted
The
to,
mayor of Tulsa.
I wanted to drop the L.
Yeah, so anyway, we got our pool.
Tulsa.
We had Deej and Char over. We played in the pool.
It was
we
fun.
ate food. We drank. Had a good time. I have since we're not going to discuss it in its own podcast. Me and
We
Sade,
drank, we had fun, we argued, but we had fun again.
me and Sade watched Luca, the Pixar movie that was just dropped onto Disney Plus. Without any, it wasn't even, they do that premiere access for like the stuff they think, I guess, going to make money. I don't know why they didn't premiere access Luca. I don't know what that was.
I thought that was Char or something.
I don't know. Oh, I got a weird app that I see. That's why you don't. That's why you don't set up. That's why you don't set up notifications for apps you're not familiar with.
Why is your phone even on? It's not supposed to be on vibrate or silent.
Okay.
During your podcasting,
yes,
dude.
ma'am. You are so right. So we watched Luca about, it's a coming of age story of two sea monsters that go to land a la Ariel because, they wanted to be human.
They wanted to get a...
You mean Ariel?
You said Ariel.
Isn't it Ariel?
No. Ariel? You're talking about the mermaid,
sorry.
right?
I put a Hispanic spin on it.
Is there your Chilean?
Yeah.
Is your Chilean coming out of you?
I'm so Hispanic.
OMG,
I said
it's
Ariel.
finally coming out.
It's a very enjoyable movie. It's a very pretty movie. Of course, it's Pixar. It wasn't like super like deep and heavy and meta and emotional. It was just a fun movie for Pixar. I liked that for that reason.
It had an emotional kind of impact a little bit. Not like deep, but it was kind of like, oh. Yeah, it wasn't.
There was no Téa Leoni, but yes, there was a deep impact.
I felt this movie in a way. It was just it was cute.
It was very like a feel-good movie.
Yeah, feel good.
Like a lot of Pixar movies have these dark moments in them, and I'm just like, oh, it's sad. What's going to happen? This one didn't have that at all. It was just, and it was funny. I kind of thought it was going to be a little too childish, like for kids. But I think I laughed more at this than the
define what's childish in cartoons, because I like cartoons. What's too childish?
I mean, like some cartoons are aimed specifically. I mean, I assume most of them are aimed at children.
But like, which ones? Because I only
Frozen.
But see, like, I like that kind of stuff.
This was way better than Frozen.
Well,
any day of the I
like
hate
cartoons
Frozen.
in general.
The only good thing about Frozen's Olaf.
Well, that's
and he
your
gets
opinion.
annoying.
That's your opinion. I like
Never seen
Frozen. I like all those kind of movies.
You've not missed anything except Olaf.
Do you guys like Bug's Life?
Bug's Life is good.
That one can get kind of dark.
I'm not. No, that's what I'm saying. I love Pixar. Like the worst Pixar movie is better than most movies.
Yeah.
But this is not the worst Pixar movie. I don't know what I'd have to have a list of it. Oh, Cars.
Oh
Cars
my god!
All of Cars, all of it.
Every single car.
You
movie.
like Cars?
No,
he said all of them are bad.
Oh, okay.
Wait, but you can't.
I think
the worst.
I think
the worst one is
you said Olive, and I was thinking you said I love Cars.
No, I hate Cars. All of it. I hate all of Cars. The worst movie has got to be Planes, the spinoff to Cars.
Oh, okay. Good Lord,
Yes,
never even
talked about.
I completely forgot that existed.
That one's underratedly talked about as being bad. And I have to say, I watched Cars 1 in theaters with family, and I remember hating it. No, I hated this movie.
I watched it.
Yes, I'm like, why? And why is there so many toys of Cars? Like, there's so much, like, what do you call it? Like, manufacturing things, like, related to cars.
Yeah.
It makes me angry when
Merchandise.
freaking merchandise of cars. It makes me angry.
That's most of. I mean, they get tons
Cars,
of.
I didn't say I wish there was this, but with planes. Like, who said that? Who pushed that through?
And apparently there was a sequel to that.
Somebody
Planes.
was bored, bro. For real.
I mean, anytime Larry the Cable Guy is one of the stars of the shows, you're in trouble. You're just in trouble. I mean, it had Owen Wilson, Paul Newman, Bonnie Hunt. I mean, like legit people. I like Owen Wilson. I like all of those. Larry the Cable Guy is like bottom rung, lowbrow humor.
Literally.
I mean, he just makes fart jokes. Not that I don't have nothing against that because I make fart jokes too.
You are him.
But
Isn't that hilarious when I say "get her done"?
I'm laughing right now.
Look at y'all laughing at that.
Well, it's just
I
like
don't
cats.
care who you are. That's funny right there.
Yeah, but you're laughing. You're not laughing with me. You're laughing at me.
But back to Luca. Luca, I give it. I rated it on Letterboxd. Letterboxd, a very nice app for movie ratings, and to keep track of what you're saying. I give it a 7. Good old 7.
Wow.
I would give
Let me guess,
it...
a 7.
7.5.
Oh my god! Just give it an 8.
No, it's not an 8, sir.
It was good, but 8. It didn't quite make 8.
Okay, well, moving on. The why butts of speaking of shows I watched that.
Sorry. You sound like Goofy. Go. Take a sip of your vodka. Chill out.
Doggone.
Chill the frack out.
You made me drink it all. Speaking of bad movies that I watch, just for the heck of it, and also movies that I kind of enjoy. Also, it involved trucking, something that, is my lifeblood and income.
Ice Road Truckers.
I watched The Ice Road, starring Liam Neeson. And of course, it was basically like everything else Liam Neeson has done. Actually, it wasn't. It wasn't like he didn't do any like action and fighting and stuff, but he knew how to drive a truck in this one.
Did you feel close
He's
to
got a
him?
very particular set of skills.
I bet you're like, my brother.
I have a CDL Class A.
My brother in the movie. No. Okay.
This movie. Huh?
No.
I'm trying to make this a very smooth podcast that I don't have to edit anything and can like publish it immediately.
Okay, go.
So unless what you're fixing to say, unless what's fixing to come out of your mouth is solid gold,
Just like what you're saying right
just
now?
hold it.
Okay.
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 The Ice Road, starring Liam Neeson. I give it a 1.
Ow.
Dang,
and
I
I
did not
wrote-
expect that.
That's awful.
Oh my god, that's really bad.
Now that's a 1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, so it's a 2. I'm looking at my Letterboxd rating, so you have to double everything
That's
for a
so
10
bad.
I know.
a 10 scale.
That's
So it's a
terrible.
2 out of 10. And I wrote, yeah, it's bad, and not even in an enjoyably bad way.
Oh wow. Did you finish the whole movie?
Yes.
Dang.
What
It's
was Cats? Was Cats a 1?
I was gonna say, what was Cats?
no, Cats is okay. It's Ice Road is 2 out of 10 on a 10 scale. Cats is a half on a 10 scale, a half a point. I wouldn't even rate if you could go 0 out of 10. I'd do it, but you can't do that because it won't register. Obviously, Cats is okay. You brought up a good point.
It is one of the
that's
worst
another
movies ever.
podcast. Another podcast. We're going to do your top 4, well, however many you can remember.
4. That was a random number. Top 10.
Listen, I haven't logged that many.
Oh.
I have, as of right now, you're getting me off for Ice Road, but we're going to go. On my Letterboxd app, I have 4 movies that I have ranked half a star,
Okay.
which would be a 1 out of 10. I usually do a 10 scale, but Letterboxd does 5, and it irritates me.
Yeah.
Because on a 10 scale, you can do a 0.5 and actually make it a 20 scale. It's kind of stupid.
You can
But,
go on forever.
Ice Road, it starts off just, it's cheesy. He's got his brother in it that's like special or in some sort of way. It's got Lawrence Fishburne. And I hate it's so cliche and it's such a joke that the black man dies first in the movie. Lawrence Fishburne is the first one to die.
Of course.
And he dies in a stupid way. And I was watching there and I was sitting, really? They're going to kill the black man first?
Oh, that's good.
Just like a Quiet Place 2. Bring on Jimon. What's his name?
No, don't even try it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
The black guy, Jimon Husu. Bring first one.
Oh, I knew he was going to die.
He died immediately.
I knew it. I
died
felt
immediately.
First one to die.
No, he wasn't the first one to die. But as soon as he was within moments of his appearance in the movie, he was dead.
I mean, I felt that he was going to die.
Why is that?
I felt it.
It's become so cliche at the point. It's like a joke. This movie is so terrible. The truck driving in the movie is so terrible and unrealistic. I'm like,
Gosh, you're still talking about this movie?
hold on. No, not for long. I'm done. It was a terrible movie. The conclusion, everything about it's dumb. The driving in it's dumb. The premise is dumb. The even Liam Neeson. Like, I usually love Liam Neeson no matter what he does. He's the same old Liam Neeson in this, but it's so terrible. This is like one of those sci-fi, like, ice spiders or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's that level of terrible.
That's bad.
But like I said, but not even enjoyably. Not even enjoyably. Because it's literally mostly just them driving on ice. That's the movie.
They sure make the trailer look good.
Yeah.
All right. Watch the trailer. I just saw like a picture of the movie and was like, "That sounds awful."
Yeah, I didn't think it. Gabi said, "You want to watch Ice? What's it called? Ice Truck?
The Ice Road.
Ice Road."
Also watched with me, Sade, and Gina. Fatherhood, starring Kevin Hart, based on a true story of a man that his wife dies during childbirth. She seems okay. Sade, go ahead.
So she didn't die during childbirth.
That's true.
She had a C-section.
But I mean, in the time that she was in the hospital with the child.
Yeah, but she was fine the next few days and then died of a...
Spoiler alert,
a embolism.
Embolism.
Yeah.
Was it pulmonary?
Pulmonary embolism.
Some type of embolism.
I only remember that because I just get fascinated with like doctor like stuff like that, medical. So I thought that was weird. I was like, I think I need to do a scan on myself.
She had a blood clot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she likes in the movie, she like stands up. And like literally, it's the first few moments of the movie. It's him and his wife. It shows them like having a good time together. Not in that way. But then she's pregnant the whole time. Then she goes to the hospital. She has the baby. Baby's fine. Everything's good. Then it's like, oh, I just want to get up and I'll go to the bath. It's something random, like go to the bathroom. She stands up, starts.
I don't feel well, and then passes out.
Starts feeling bad, dies. Bam. That's the movie. That's how it starts. And so it's about Kevin Hart dealing with the loss of his wife, raising a child on his own, while at the same time trying to pursue a career and have friends, etc.
And it's really emotional because not emotional. I'm not saying it's emotional. I mean, that's not the wrong word.
It had a couple emotional parts.
Emotional,
mostly because of the music.
He was trying to raise his daughter because it showed him raising her as a baby for a long time in the movie before she was even a little girl, like, you know, as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old or whatever. And it was just being like super realistic on how it is. Cause like a lot of people don't think men can raise children, I think, without a woman. I think they kind of they portrayed that a lot. I don't know. Like everyone in his family kept saying he couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think that's part of the story. It's like, it's just
cause he was a man.
Feels like that's the mama's job, which I mean, physiologically, she's the one producing milk to raise the child.
But the man should also know how to raise his child.
It's your child as well.
You put it in the woman.
Put what in the woman?
The sperm.
Now? Oh my God.
That's medical. That's
this is a family
That's
show.
Anatomy, physiology.
Speaking of families, fatherhood, raising the child. This is another brief review. I give it a 5 out of 10. Perfectly average. Kevin Hart tries to act. He's got a few funny moments, but the funny moments mostly go to his friends in this show, the side characters.
Remember what's his name? I don't even know his name.
I don't know.
He's from Get Out, and he is freaking hilarious.
The little girl that was in it that played his daughter, she was very good.
She was good.
It says Melody Hurd as Maddie. There's Alfre. What's Alfre? Alfre? What is that? Alfre?
This is the guy from Get Out. You talking about the one from Black Panther?
No, this is his.
No, it's the other guy that his friend. It was the guy's friend that saved him.
This is a woman.
Oh, I'm not talking about him.
I think it might be his mother-in-law.
Oh, she's like in all the 80s and 90s and 2000s movies from all...
Lil Rel, so you're talking about.
Oh.
Okay. That Alfred chick, she's in like every movie I've ever seen. Every black movie I've ever seen.
Then there's the white guy that's like completely bald. He played... I thought his name was Oscar, but I don't see that in the movie.
He looks like albino or something. I don't know, something weird.
Oh, Anthony Carrigan. He's been in, let's see, nothing. Oh, he was in Bill and Ted Face the Music. Oh, he played Death. I think he played the new Death. No, Death played himself. I don't know. Anyway, Fatherhood,
Death
Kevin
played
Hart.
himself?
Kevin Hart.
And in the role of Death himself.
It was completely fine. I said it was schmaltzy, not terrible, just cheesy.
It wasn't terrible. It was. I kind of felt like it could have had more depth in it, and when it ended, I didn't understand why it was a true story. Like, I thought there was going to be a more inspirational thing. I don't know. Like, it literally was just him raising his daughter. That was the truth. That was the story, which is okay.
What you're
I
saying
just
is
didn't
you just feel it was
expect that.
super special.
I mean, no, it was special for them. Yes. But I thought it was going to be some other huge plot twist that we were waiting on. Like, why is this a true story? Like, there's a lot of
Like, they can make a
stories.
movie out of anything. Anything's a true story if it happened. But why this?
Why
does
was
deserve to be
this
a movie?
one unique? I guess.
Let's make a movie out of me getting my Class A CDL.
There you go.
But like, I've seen true stories where they're like miraculous and like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But this was kind of like, why is this a true story?
It's like there's been plenty of people that raise a kid on their own.
That was really random to me.
I mean, he must have written he did write a book. The guy wrote a book that apparently sold very well, and something about the book, people said, well, this would make a good movie. Well, it didn't. It did
it was
not.
a Netflix original.
Okay. Well, that's all I've
Or
got.
wait, was it a Netflix? Anyway.
Do you have any white butts, Sade? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I like you said, last week we swimmed.
We did swimmed.
And we swimmed.
Swam.
Oh.
Swum?
Swimmed in the pool.
We swammed in the pool.
Swam.
Swammed.
Swam.
I mean, nobody uses
Swammed?
correct English.
Swam
where-
or swum?
I thought it was
We swam.
swimmed. Or no, it's not swimmed. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm going to keep saying swimmed.
Past participle, swum.
No, I am not saying.
Swum.
If you say
We've been
swum,
swimming.
if you say that in front of a group of people, they're going to think you're an idiot
No,
because
it's swimming,
nobody
but
says
swum?
that.
It
swam,
says
not
swum.
Swam?
Weird.
Wow, good Lord.
Well, anyways, don't get stuck on that. I did that.
Past tense, swam. So what's a participle? Why is a participle different than past tense?
Nobody understands
The
that.
past participle was
participle.
the past participle was swum. Past tense, swam. So we swam.
Weird.
Go ahead.
Anyways, we did that. And I worked all last week at a hospital instead of my usual job. And so
Any good stories from the hospital? Any
No,
good
they're all boring.
hospital stories?
No, all lame and boring. Not Friday. Did that, and I did nothing for that entire week because I worked the entire day.
I was testing you on HIPAA. You passed.
Oh, I thought maybe you were talking about my conversations with my employees.
Oh, because see, if you had given any details, you would have broken HIPAA. See,
You think
That's
I
good.
would've-
Privacy Act. You can't be talking about people.
Well, I mean,
Can you leave them anonymous and still discuss them?
You can say there we had codes. We had a code. That's not HIPAA. You say you have codes all the time in the hospital. People freaking
Okay.
come
in the hospital.
Area codes.
Participle is
Oh
stupid.
God, he's still in participle.
What is it?
Dumb. I don't understand it.
I
The
never
form of
understood
a
it.
verb, typically ending in ed in English, which is used in forming perfect and passive tenses, and sometimes as an adjective, e.g., looked in have you looked, lost in lost property.
I don't know what you
What?
just
I don't
said.
even understand the
I don't
definition.
either. They even put like this little thing, this little. I don't understand this grid.
I don't do grids.
I don't
English
have.
is stupid.
I don't understand that, and I have no other why buts. Let's get to it.
All right. Now let's get
To the news.
Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder's reworked Star Wars movie heads to Netflix.
I forgot about that.
Could launch new sci-fi universe. Who's in for a Zack Snyder verse of Star Wars ripoffs?
I am. I like Zack Snyder. I saw this the other day, actually, or today. I saw this, and I was like, I like him, and I will watch that.
Everyone said his zombie movie sucked. Most of his movies I don't like.
Most zombie movies.
What's the one with the girls and the like mental institution, and it's like the movie's basically all in the girl's head?
Brainfire? No, that's a never mind. That's a true story.
Sucker Punch.
I thought you liked Zack
The visuals
Snyder.
are no. The visuals of Sucker Punch, amazing. That's what Zack Snyder does best. Slow-mo, completely CGI. I don't want to see that. You know what? I'll watch anything, but it won't be good, and I will grade it harshly.
I like Zack Snyder.
What has he done that you like besides the Justice League uncut, uncircumcised?
Okay.
God.
Well, I like most of all the DC movies that he's done.
Man of Steel,
I'm not saying I love Man of Steel.
Batman versus Superman.
I did like Man of Steel. Okay, let's forget about DC. Okay, I like the uncut version. Okay, Justice League, whatever.
Sucker Punch.
I've never seen Sucker Punch before. There's some movies I've seen I can't say though. So
Whoa, why can't you say?
because you have
300.
When I was a kid, I watched Dawn of the Dead.
300.
No, I've never seen.
That's like the movie that gave him everything, and he's failed spectacularly since. Justice League Uncircumcised is okay.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm getting Zack Snyder mixed up with someone else. Apparently, I haven't seen a lot of his movies.
All Zack Snyder does is CGI, slow-mo, and lots of music.
Are you thinking about Michael Bay?
He's
No.
like Zack Snyder would be great at music videos. Like
Okay.
literally, all his movies are long music videos.
You know what I'm thinking of? I think
Ancient Lamentations.
I was watching something about Zack Snyder, and he seems like a really cool person.
The guy himself, I have no idea.
I think what I meant was I like him. I don't know. Something I think I mixed it with his movies. He seems
we're talking
super
about
cool.
You
personalities.
don't like him. You don't know him. You know nothing about him.
I don't know. He just seemed like a cool
You've seen
dude.
one instance of his entire life. You don't know
On
him.
video, it was like a 30-minute documentary thing or something. I don't know.
Sure. He might be a great guy. That doesn't mean you know how to make good movies.
And then I went into a whole wormhole of his daughter, and I felt bad for him, and I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Well, that's a whole different story.
I know, but I was reading it.
A League of Their Own series gains Nick Offerman. Y'all ready for a League of Their Own series? Do you know what League?
You got my answer, too.
Do you know what League of Their Own is, Sade?
Yeah, I think so. Is it like with like little kids in DC or
Nope.
no? Okay.
Nope.
Why am I thinking little kids?
I don't know what you're thinking about. A League of Their Own was a
Wait,
movie.
is that baseball?
Yes, A League of Their Own.
Okay, I've seen
A
that.
League of Their Own. The original movie was Tom Hanks,
Yes.
Madonna,
Yes.
Rosie O'Donnell, and
Yes.
was about a lemons league, a women's league of baseball
I have seen that movie
during World War II.
when I was very young. I had the VHS tape.
It was a good movie, a great movie.
It's been on forever since I've seen it.
League of Their Own series, I don't care, but I do love Nick Offerman. Okay, and now for the one that I think the three of us might be most interested in.
Wait, let me guess.
If it doesn't suck, go ahead.
Is it Marvel or /DC related or no?
It's DC related.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for stopping the show. Smallville animated series teased by Tom Welling.
Oh, I saw that. I forgot. I saw that. Yes.
Him and Michael
Yes.
Rosenbaum have talked about bringing something back, perhaps in animated form, where they would voice their old selves, I suppose.
That's cool.
What about Allison Mack? Who's going to play Chloe? That's the big question. She's in prison because of her NXIVM sex slave charges.
Oh, she's still in prison?
She just got sent there.
Oh, okay. Well, they can find
Takes a long
somebody.
time for these things sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It's not that big a deal. They can find anybody else. Literally anybody can replace Allison Mack.
No one would know.
I don't even know what she sounded like.
Exactly.
I didn't forgot.
Yeah, I'm in.
You know why? Because Chloe was not the greatest part of that show.
She annoyed the crap out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she wasn't my favorite.
Kristen Crook,
I like her.
I'm all in.
Also annoying.
You just don't like her. You're just terrible about her teeth.
You don't
I
like
don't
her
even
teeth?
care about her teeth. She was super dramatic in the show.
Well, I mean, it's a CW soap opera. She had to be.
Yeah, no, Lois was better. Lois was less dramatic.
Erica Durant.
Yes, I'm not saying she's a great actress, but I enjoyed her time more than Kristen Cruick's.
Well, I mean, it called for her. I mean, she's the hard-nosed reporter. She is generally written as a less dramatic character.
Yeah, and that was good. I didn't need a dramatic. I can't. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Oh my gosh. I think my favorite
Well, I
was
don't watch
Lex.
CW shows now.
Michael.
Lex is the best. Lex is the best. Even Superman. I mean, Clark. Tom Welling.
He wasn't my
Gorgeous.
favorite.
Amazing.
Good act for.
He kind of got on my nose.
A great Superman, but kind of wooden. A little
But
wooden.
isn't
acting.
Superman wooden though? In most instances in his media.
No, not in good media.
What's
Like,
good media?
what's good?
The new show?
Comic books. If you go to some of the comic books, he's good.
Live action.
I mean, yeah, because of his being basically a paragon, he is kind of one note, and that's what many people have in as far as issues. But Clark's issues come with him wanting to be human, wanting to have family, wanting to fit in,
But always feeling like he doesn't, which makes him not fit in.
right. And his weakness being kryptonite is kind of cheesy and terrible.
Boring.
But yeah, I mean, he was like one of the first superheroes written in the 40s. What they've retconned everything else in the world. Why couldn't they retcon his weakness?
It's kryptonite because it is so iconic. It's kryptonite.
I guess so.
You know,
The word
one time,
kryptonite has become synonymous with a weakness.
you know, when I was probably in like the 7th grade, I posted on Instagram dancing was my kryptonite. And I didn't know what I thought it meant strength. But someone commented and said, so is dancing your weakness? And then I was like, what are they talking about? And then I looked up kryptonite, and then I looked really stupid. So anyways, that's how I found out what kryptonite meant.
Well, that could work both ways. Dancing is your weakness. You love dancing.
That's true.
I guess I didn't see. I thought it was
Like I can withstand anything but dancing.
I guess
Right,
so.
exactly.
The right music comes on.
Oh yeah, you just start breaking out
just
some
start
baddie
dancing.
moves, break
I got some
dancing.
news via Slash Film.
Gourdhead.
Universal Films will now stream on Peacock following new deal. So we may get the chance to watch Jurassic World Dominion on Peacock. If anybody
What?
is subscribed to Peacock.
I am, because they also carry King of Queens and the show with the guy from The Office. Man, my brain is fried. I don't remember names.
You say the guy from
Ed?
The Office, but there's
Edward?
so
Ed
many
Helms?
guys.
Ed Helms. Yes. He's got a show on Peacock that I was watching. Something Falls. See, Weatherford Falls. My brain is so fried.
Oh, yeah, the one that she was talking about before, or Paige. She said something weird about the name. Anyway,
I enjoyed it, but yeah, I have
don't
Peacock. Because Peacock is NBC, and NBC used to always see NBC Universal, so I guess that's their parent company. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Universal's the parent company or NBC's the parent company.
says the deal will bring Universal Focus Features, Illumination, and DreamWorks animation titles.
Fast and Furious is also Universal.
Is it?
Yes, and that's
Yes,
because
it is, isn't it? Yep,
that's
I
why
remember.
they've talked about crossovers between Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park.
Oh my
Okay, so it says no
God,
later
no.
than 4 months after their theatrical debut.
But see, Jurassic Park is one of the few movies, even if it's terrible, I would love to see. I like to see on the big screen.
It's dinosaurs.
And in conjunction with that news, release date June 10th of 2022 for
Dominion.
Jurassic World. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking, is that all you got?
No, I got a couple of things.
Okay, go right ahead.
Uncharted release date, February 11th of 2022. One you'll really find fascinating, Gabi. Fast and Furious spinoff.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Charlize Theron's Cypher.
What?
In development. And Vin Diesel approved. So you know what? We're getting more Cypher.
Oh my god.
Nobody gives a crap about
my
Cypher.
favorite character from the movies. So apparently
Literally
she
my
makes
least
it through
favorite character
F9, which I haven't watched. Spoiler alert. It's a prequel series of how she became
Maybe it's
Cypher.
maybe it's prequel.
I don't know, but who cares?
Exactly.
My question. Who cares about Cypher and her dreadlocks?
I like Charlize. That's the only thing going for Cypher.
I like her, but I don't care for her character. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
I don't
that's
need
true.
Cypher. I would have rather had the guy from, what was it, Fast 5?
Oh, the Brazilian guy in Brazil?
Or no, maybe it's 6. The brother of,
Owen Shaw?
yeah, Owen Shaw. There you go. I would have rather had Owen Shaw than Cypher. All right, last bit of news. Superman director Richard Donner.
Oh, all right.
R.I.P. Lethal Weapon, The Goonies, and many.
That was like just this week, right? Sunday or
Yeah.
Monday?
I saw that.
I think the 5th. So
Yeah.
Monday.
R.I.P. R.D.
R.I.P. Richard Donner. You did us good, bro.
How old was
I
he?
think that's like it. He was 91.
Not as good.
God,
That's what old people do.
That's what other people do. They pass away.
They pass away,
They die.
unfortunately. Sade, any news?
I already told you in the beginning.
Okay. All right. Moving on to our main topic, The Tomorrow War. Starring Chris Pratt,
Chris Pratt.
Betty Gilpin,
Betty Gilpin.
That's
a
true.
super jacked J.K. Simmons.
Post, what's it called? Well, I guess he got jacked for
He got jacked for
as well as
Snyder, the
Commissioner Gordon,
Snyderverse.
right?
Yes.
Even though he was wearing a suit and trench coat.
And
Why'd you get
Yvonne
one?
Strahovski of Chuck fame.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I only watched like the first 5 episodes of Chuck.
AKA Sarah Walker.
I remember her. And I was thinking, man, she looks familiar. And yeah.
All right, so Tomorrow War. Overall thought, I will say it was fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I will reveal why it was fine later in the podcast. Parts of it I was really enjoying. Parts of it I thought were really dumb.
Okay.
And they balance out to a fine.
Yeah. Entertaining is my word.
Sure.
Not necessarily smart, but entertaining.
Yeah.
I told Gabi when I first watched it, or when we watched after finishing it, I don't know why I thought of the movie from a Netflix original that I watched, where it was like serious, but not serious, like the monsters, and it was kind of parody-like to me, but at the same time serious. I don't know, I felt that for some reason. Maybe it was because of the aliens.
Well, it could have went that satire route.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that way, but I kind of felt that.
It needed to, but it didn't.
But
it
it
didn't
was
commit.
entertaining, though. It was.
It was.
Yeah, it took itself
was.
too seriously at times, for sure.
Okay, so I'm not.
Let me just speak.
Go right ahead.
The Tomorrow War is a movie where the end of the world is going to happen in 30 years, right? I think so. I can't remember. Anyway,
Yes, 30
sometime.
years.
Yeah, like 1952.
Anyway, yeah, and so people from the future come to the past. They recruit people to try to kill these
Did you
aliens.
say 1952?
I meant 2052, sorry.
What?
Yeah, 1952, the past, the present, right? Something like that. Who cares? Who cares what you're doing?
Anyways, they recruiting people from the past to
Give
try
us
to
a synopsis.
kill these monsters / aliens or whatever. And so this main character, which is Chris Pratt, which I do not remember his name, and anybody else remember his name? I don't.
Ned Hopkins.
It wasn't important, obviously.
No, it wasn't.
So,
Ned Hopkins.
so
Ned Baxter.
he gets recruited.
Nope.
He,
Did.
he gets recruited or whatever, and a lot of people get recruited, and you don't have to be like just random
It
people.
literally doesn't give his
Foster, right?
character
Was
name.
it Foster?
Foster. Ben Foster.
Oh, that's such a generic name. Is that no?
I
That's
don't know
not
what it
it.
is.
No.
Dan. Oh, yeah. What's better than Ben? Dan Foster.
Dan.
Forrester.
Forrester.
We'll get it right.
Gosh.
Give us 10 minutes. We'll get it right.
Oh
Give us
gosh.
10 minutes.
Anyways, Dan Forrester gets chosen amongst other
Amongst them. yes.
individuals to go into the future to try to figure out how to kill these monsters or aliens or whatever. And so that's kind of the movie. And there's kind of a spoiler alert plot twist. He meets his daughter in the future, and she's like what is she? The
colonel.
the colonel of it all, and trying to save mankind. And so they team up together and try to do a little emotional thing there. I don't know, some weird.
Didn't work.
It didn't really work. I didn't feel anything from that.
It didn't really work because it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't know. It was
You've
weird.
seen this character an hour and a half into this movie. You're not going to think that anything she just said makes any kind of sense. I don't believe it.
It just didn't have enough depth of emotion.
Depth.
Depth.
I feel like you say death.
No. I am saying depth, but you don't hear.
Depth.
I'm not saying death,
It needs to be more depth.
but I can't just do that because that'll sound weird.
Try
Need
it.
a
Try it.
pop in your
I'm
Depth.
not depth. It just sounds weird. So you just got to hear
Gotta
me
pop
out. So
that
depth.
P.
I'm not saying death though. I'm for sure not saying that. I am saying death. I just don't
Sound
say
like
it.
a Cardi B song.
What's that, Gabby?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I don't even know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not editing this. Go.
Okay, so anyways, what was I even at? See, you always interrupt me, and I don't remember what I was
Her
saying.
death thing had no depth.
No, I'm saying the emotion part didn't have
Okay,
any.
got you.
Like, that story totally. I don't care. So
I disagree, but go ahead. I disagree
I will
to an
say there was-
extent.
which part?
sorry, go ahead.
Which part?
I disagree in the fact it could have. They didn't use it right. And I didn't like the fact that they revealed that was his daughter immediately. And then it's like through the middle portion of the movie, it's him and her trying to figure stuff out. And then she's like, "You left me." And he's like, he just left. Like, he doesn't know what she's talking about because from his point of view, he literally just left the past and now he's here with her and his daughter's 30 years older. And they should have, in my opinion, had him build a relationship with this colonel through the movie. And since they decided to kill her off for some inexplicable reason, have him build a relationship with her, then make her death more impactful. And then after that, him realize, or right before that was his daughter. Like, because I think everybody was kind of thinking, I bet that's his daughter. Like something about the way she's acting, that's his daughter. Before
I
it was,
kind of guessed it before it happened.
yeah, before it was
that.
revealed. But it could have not been verified until closer to the end. And I think that'd have been a better twist or a better, like, punch. I don't know.
Maybe they just did everything so quick. Maybe
It was very quick.
gotta-
Just their relationship didn't really evolve at all as she was an adult. And then it was just like she's griping to him because apparently in the past he leaves them after, I guess, he returns.
it was
Like,
super
that was
confusing.
wasn't quite sure she was talking about.
No. That was the whole point. That's what I was going to say. He never returned because he never left. It was two separate timelines completely.
Ah,
That's why
okay.
they decided to
They're
kill her
doing
character.
different
That's why it
timelines.
didn't matter that she died.
Got you.
And that it had to do with the whole plot of the movie, which I thought about this immediately upon the whole thing going forward. I wrote down in my notebook, past people die in the future. Wouldn't that reduce population in the future if all the people that were going up there died that were supposed to have kids before they left? Which then I figured out, okay, well, they kind of explained that separate timelines.
Yeah. Well, I realized that when she died, I realized the separate timelines when she died, because then he was like, you're going, what? But I don't want to leave because I want to stay here with you.
I thought,
But that wouldn't make no sense if it was the whole go back, change the future, then she wouldn't die. But apparently in this movie, the timelines just continue on.
I thought he left and divorced her, the wife.
And well, this is all part of what's confusing about the movie is they did the weird timeline thing. So what DJ is saying is what I was thinking after she died, because he says, no, I want to stay here with you because I'm going to leave you here. Well, if you go with most normal time travel movies, when he goes back to the past to fix it, then he wouldn't have to worry about her in the future. Because she'll be okay.
Right.
But in a separate timeline, she just dies.
But in this one, she's dead in this timeline, but he can go back to his own and be with his actual daughter.
Which makes sense.
But yeah.
But that doesn't fix where he was at in 2052 or whatever.
Right.
That all happens still. Everybody there's still
that
dies.
Earth is still destroyed, basically. It's weird. It was a weird, and they didn't really, that's another thing that irritated me, is they didn't really go into that and explain it to the audience.
Yeah, like the time travel stuff.
That's where they messed up, I think, is that they try to do it differently. They try to make it different than any other time travel movie where what you do affects the future. But it doesn't work like that. That's why nobody ever does that, because it's not as impactful.
Yes.
Like, I don't care. Well, if that other timeline's screwed anyway, why should I care about
What do we
that?
care?
Yeah. It's if you go back to the past, I mean, you fix the future. Even if it's a different...
There's a few movies that do it like that, and I found this thing on Pinterest. I'm a Pinterest guy.
So am I.
Anybody else do Pinterest? There was somebody posted something about
My wife does Pinterest.
There's 3 different time travel styles in movies. There's the Back to the Future, where everything you does affects the future. There's the Terminator, which is just an ongoing paradox of
Oh my God.
my father is my dad and my son at the same time type weird stuff.
Yep.
And then there's this type where there's branching universes. And the Pinterest explains it a lot better than that, but that's the general idea.
Kind of like
so
Loki.
I guess those are the 3 general theories of time travel. Yeah. But I liked Yvonne Strahovski. She was perfectly fine.
How do you just remember that name like off the bat? I seriously...
I was a fan of Chuck for many, many years. And I tried to get you on Chuck, but then we stopped watching it randomly.
I literally was okay with Chuck, but
yeah, I know.
It's one of those things where...
It's not a super engaging show. It's like it's one of those background kind of shows.
Yeah, it's like something you just watch because it's on.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it when I watched At Your House way back in the day. And also, she is a titular character in Mass Effect.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And part of 3. And so that's why I remember her name. Miranda Lawson.
Her name is Mass Effect. That's what titular would mean, DJ. Come on.
I said a titular character in Mass Effect.
Okay.
A titular character. An important team member.
Okay.
Question, what is Mass Effect?
Video game.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Like you, Gabi, you are a titular host.
Well, but see, but titular, I thought meant I am the disagreeable nerd, so therefore it's titular because it's in the title.
However you want to look at it, that's fine too.
I think
she's not titular. She's an important character.
She's titillating. Okay,
titillating.
Go back to let's get back on Tomorrow War. So then. Okay, so after they're looking for this cure to defeat the aliens?
Not a cure.
A toxin.
They're looking for
a toxin that will kill them. And they like stab it into them and they like melt or they turn into dust or something, right?
They didn't show them turning into dust.
Disintegrate.
Just kind of
So there's like one lab left of humanity that is developing something, and they go there to save the scientists. Well, spoiler alert again. I'm not going to say that every time. The scientists are all dead, but they do find the serum or something.
Yeah.
So then they're trying to
crack the formula for the toxin.
They're trying to get the serum back to the past then.
Did you think the monsters were scary?
The white spikes,
Yeah.
which I immediately called the white claws and made myself laugh. I think they were trying real hard to not call them white claws.
Yeah. I can see that.
They were kind of like an amalgamation of many different aliens I've seen before. That's another griping point of mine. I wish they had withheld them in the film. Like
A little longer than they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were revealed pretty quick.
Make them more creepy. Just make them sounds and noises and glimpses.
Yeah, this movie wasn't creepy.
No, they
It
just
was
like
less
bam.
of a stalking alien and more of just a total.
Yeah, it was outright. And so that's what made me relate this movie to Starship Troopers. Like, this movie reminded me a lot of Starship Troopers or Edge of Tomorrow. Just out there, Gina's vacuuming. Humans shooting guns at aliens. That's what this movie was. And there was a lot of chaotic scenes with the fighting and the helicopters and the aliens on that one helicopter, and it crashes. And I liked all that part, the middle part of the movie. Mm-hmm. The beginning starts off quick too. I like the way it started. It's like it introduces him. He's got a family. They're watching a soccer game. Bam.
Having a party.
Bam. The people come from the future to the past. They're like, all right, we need recruits because the future's dying. It got started real quick. There wasn't a whole lot of humor in this movie.
The one guy, the guy we thought was gonna die. The friend of Dan.
He was a comic relief character, but he was not in the majority of the film.
Sam Richardson, known as Charlie.
I thought he was straight gonna die.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. But I mean, I guess some people would say there was just enough humor. But that's another gripe of mine about this movie is Chris Pratt.
Here we go. His Chris Pratt hate.
I don't think he is a leading man. He's got the looks. He's not terrible. He's best when he's funny.
Yeah,
as a
he's a leading
sidekick.
man in a comedy.
Yeah. But when he's trying to do this strong type, leading man type, I don't care about him. To me, he's basically the same character he was in Jurassic World.
You don't like his brow furrows? Every scene?
He doesn't do it for me. He doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. He doesn't have the it factor. He's a great side character. Give him some jokes to spice it up, but I just don't. He's
no Harrison Ford. He's no Tom.
He's almost Sam Worthington to me. Like, they are trying so hard to make him. The only thing that saves his hide to me is Star-Lord. Because he's great in that. Because Star-Lord is straight up a goofus. And that's him. But that's a comedy. Guardians of the Galaxy is basically a comedy. But anytime he plays the straight man, where he's not the funny guy, he might have a joke or two. But in this one, Charlie or Sam Richardson was the funny guy.
You mean you didn't like him in Passengers?
I have yet to see that either.
I have watched maybe
that movie
30 minutes of that movie.
That movie was pretty weird. Or not weird, it was just super.
But no, yeah,
confusing.
I mean, in the 30 minutes of it, no, I did not like him. Any movie of him where he's not just straight up funny, blah, I don't care. Blah. He could be literally any other character, any other actor could play him. Give me John Hamm. I'll take John Hamm over Chris Pratt.
Dang.
And John Hamm isn't a comedy guy. He does good comedy when he does it, but he's a better dramatic actor. Better at dramatic acting than Chris Pratt. I also like John Hamm as being funny because he's freaking hilarious too.
Everybody has their strong and weak acting. Like, maybe you just aren't good at that part.
Well, that's true. Like, I keep comparing him to Harrison Ford as,
he's not.
I know, but Han Solo, Indiana Jones, Harrison, but those would be the equivalents to what Chris Pratt's trying to do in Jurassic World and this movie. He don't even compare, not even on the same universe as Harrison Ford. However, Harrison Ford is not a comedian. He can't do comedies. So I guess.
But he does have funny moments in movies that land.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in Indiana Jones.
But his.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him, to me, more impactful in those roles that aren't comedy roles. They have comedy in them. He's better at that. Like, he's the better everyman, whatever. But Chris Pratt, just to me, just needs to stay in comedies. But apparently, I'm a minority because everyone else seems to love him.
I was going to say, I like Chris Pratt. I've never had an issue with him at all, period. So when you were talking about him, I didn't have much to say negative.
So up until this point of the movie, any further thoughts before we get into the final part of the movie? So they get the serum, they go back in time. So any thoughts about the movie up until this point from either of you?
I was just going to say that I did feel rather the emotion a lot, but that's just because any movie where there's a father-son relationship that's strained gets me every time. Mm-hmm. That's just how I'm built. And so, yeah, I did feel some emotion in this movie. I think it could have been done better, obviously, with some parts of it, like given him and his daughter. But I think the emotional impact was just enough, but it could have been done better overall as a movie to make it more impactful.
I see.
Sade?
Interesting. Any more thoughts? I just super random. This is a side note. Sorry. We were talking about Chris Pratt. One thing. You know, the little kid in the original Jurassic Park with the raptor?
The original Jurassic Park?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah. The two kids.
The one. No.
The boy?
No.
Tim?
No. Listen.
Wasn't his name Tim?
No. None of them. No. The kid that they were doing their archaeology stuff that had the raptor, the little fat kid.
Yeah, she's talking about the one he gets
Dude,
the raptor claw.
Guess what? I think that's Chris Pratt as a kid.
Huh?
Really?
I think so.
Well, did you verify that?
I verified it because I looked it up. And
that's not Chris
I put
Pratt.
Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park in the 1990s, and it did a comparison, and it was like all these pictures of Chris Pratt and this kid. And I thought, no freaking way, that's not Chris Pratt. I was thinking it's not, but I think it is. So from the Google. It looks Google.
From the Google?
Well, see, in IMDb, it's mixing the two movies together, so that's completely useless. Well, we'll get to that later.
I just kind of got
Tomorrow War.
Shook it for a second there. You want final thoughts on Tomorrow War?
No, that's not what I said. Up until this point of the movie. Up until he's about to go back to the past. What do you think of it?
Oh, no, I really enjoyed it. I was really liking it.
I'm with Deej. The part where that got emotional between him and J.K. Simmons, and he was kind of getting angry and tearing up. That was pretty good. The part between him and Miri, whatever his daughter's name is.
I think it was Merle.
It didn't do much.
I don't really think that was it.
No, I don't think it was Merle. But yeah, the part between him and his dad, more emotional than him and his own daughter. But that's okay. So the final act of this movie is where it loses me. This movie would have been so much better if leave it for a sequel or something. But he gets the whatever it's called, the serum,
the toxin.
It's
not that hard.
Okay, whatever. Saves everything. Goes back to the past, back to Meryl or Mary. And then he could have dealt with his issues there, and it could have had a somewhat happy ending and left anything rest for the future. Because they defeated the aliens, right? And the fact that he found the toxin, or got the toxin. That was going to defeat them, right?
Yep.
Right.
So then why did we need this third act of them? Oh, no. Let's go. We can't find a spaceship. They must have been here the whole time. Go to the... This all lost me.
So you didn't like that Well, I kind of like that actually. I like that they had to do that.
I don't like movies that have like double endings. Like, oh, they did it. Yes. Oh, but wait, we're going to go a step further
and it was
have
another too easy. It was too easy.
Half of their people died.
They were still the rest died after that.
The movie went too long.
Too long.
But I do get what they were going for there because, like she said, they have no idea where the aliens came from. Like, they don't know where they landed. Somewhere in Russia. That's huge. You can't just be sitting there the whole time monitoring Russia. So it just happened to be that they kind of were like, figured that out. They're like, oh my God, they didn't land. They were already here. That's why there was no readings or nothing like that, which kind of led into the third act. I get that. But they could have cut something else out of the movie if they were going to make it 2.5 hours long.
It was just...
You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
The aliens being already on the Earth. War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know. They
them coming out of the ground.
Yeah, they didn't know they had been there. Their theory was they had been there the whole time.
Yeah.
And waiting.
Well, no, remember they shot down from space like as lightning, remember?
Well, they did
but the ships were already buried.
They were there, though.
The tripods were buried.
Oh, that's right.
They said it in the movie. Like, that had been there the whole time.
Also, they were trying to set up way too much. Like,
well,
okay, they're frozen in the ice, but then they're like, oh, and also there's some alien pilots that aren't these creatures that were piloting the ships. Like,
well, that's the thing.
Y'all could have set up a second movie or something.
Because these are like attack dogs. I mean, they couldn't have flown a ship. They're stupid aliens, just mindless carnivorous eating machines.
I don't know. It's like they were going for too much. You're pushing it.
Mm.
My disbelief has not been suspended. You know what I mean?
Well, I saw today, apparently Tomorrow War Part 2 is inevitable.
How?
Oh, God.
They killed the aliens.
I thought they killed them all.
But see?
Jeez.
Now we don't know. But, I mean...
Or maybe a new one
if
somewhere
it's successful, they're going to make a Part 2.
Or maybe it's not just in Russia. Maybe there's somewhere else underground. Maybe they had, like, a few ships that went in, or I don't know how they got in the ground. Maybe there's a prequel.
Well, I'm sure, or they will just explain in the sequel how. But that is it wasn't terrible, but it just went on too long, and I thought it was kind of dumb. And it's just like they could have ended it. But basically, yeah, the aliens have been here the whole time because there was no crash landed ship, and so they go to a volcano in Russia. Is that what?
Yeah, they got to that little kid
and just find the aliens and kill them. And now it's over.
They got a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's about right. I mean,
you either love it or you hate it.
We'll go into the ratings since we're an hour and 7 in. So, what would you rate this, Deej?
I give it a 5.
That sounded like a question.
Yeah, I'll go with a 5. I enjoyed certain parts of this movie, and I enjoyed it for what it was, which was just a dumb action movie.
Yeah.
That was entertaining. But as far as overall story, plot, I'll give it a 5.
Okay. I am going to, unless you're ready, Sade.
No, you're talking.
I am going to say, since 2/3 of the movie were enjoyable to me, I'll give it a slightly higher. I'm going to go 6.
That was my second option.
So I overall like this movie. It's a kind of dumb sci-fi movie. I think I said sci-fi like 4 times in a
Several
sentence.
times. It's okay.
So
it is sci-fi.
I'm going to give it a 5.5.
I'm the highest rated one here?
Yes.
Wow. I thought you liked it.
I did like it.
Oh.
I told you how I felt about it.
So what didn't you like? I don't feel like we've discussed that.
I told you it was kind of like this weird.
Oh, non-impactful, non-emotional.
And like no. Yeah, they were trying to do it. For me, they didn't do it.
Okay.
And
I just was anticipating
and
another 7.
And also the aliens, I don't know, I feel like they could be scarier.
That's true.
I wanted it to be more scary.
This movie was like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 for me.
What? No way.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to you was a 5?
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
I don't care for 1 at all.
What?
It's boring and it's not funny.
Wow.
Oh, I love both Guardians
2 was much
and
better.
2.
Did we discuss part 1? That may have been
Probably
before
somewhere
years ago.
that
down
may have
in
been before the
podcast.
show. Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah, I enjoyed
shocking.
2 a lot more than 1. And it's funnier.
Oh, wow. I would have
think
never
they were
thought.
trying to get the humor right and it just wasn't landing for me.
I rewatched part 1 just the other day,
I
actually.
wouldn't have thought I'd be the highest rated one on a 6 for Tomorrow War.
Well, guess what?
Guess I am.
You are.
You're not the critic you think you are.
5.0, a 5.5, and a 6. We're all right there. All
just,
right.
just a small little bit that didn't get there to a 6 for me.
Well, like I said, I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed this, I didn't enjoy Chris Pratt, but I enjoyed the story. I thought it was cool.
I like the idea.
Fighting from the future, sending people back,
Time travel,
sending them,
so that's
yeah,
cool.
and like just sending these dudes, like they didn't even train them. They're just like, bam, here's a gun, go die.
Which is dumb.
And then like they're just sitting there, just
That doesn't make
shooting
sense, Gabi.
It was
That
terrible.
part
Yeah.
sounded
Literally have all the
parody-like to
time
me.
in the world because you're in the past. You can send them back at any time.
No, you couldn't, because remember they were saying that the timelines move exactly together. So like if
How long have they been sending people?
a day in advance, a day that advances in the past is a day that advances 30 years in the future. I thought that was an interesting point in the movie that,
But
like
how
they
long
said,
were
it
they sending
moves
people
evenly.
forward?
Like it's always exactly 30 years in the future.
What is DJ saying?
How long were they sending people into the future?
I don't know. How long?
I mean, it wasn't just like all in a day, right?
Oh, I don't remember. I'd have to rewatch.
I mean, they have the technology
Which
to
I
see when
won't.
people are going to die. So
I've
they can
rewatched the
send them-
first half of it.
They can send them forward because they know they're going to die. Why would they not be doing that and training them before the next wave? I mean, they're like, oh,
They
well,
got
I guess
time.
all of them died. Let's send another wave.
Because in the future, time is diminishing. The people are diminishing too fast.
Okay,
Well,
I
you
get
guys
that.
can have your whole debate on another podcast. We are
Oh, are you done?
done. I'm ready to eat.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the Disagreeable Nerd Podcast. I'm Gabi.
I'm Sade.
And I'm Deej.
Later, dudes.